Imagine walking into a room where everyone suddenly notices you. Not because you spoke first or tried too hard, but because your very presence demanded attention. Real power isn't about being the loudest person or the one flashing wealth. True power is silent, subtle, and deeply psychological. It rests in the way you breathe, the way you move, and even the way you choose to stay still. Today, we're going to uncover 7 body language secrets that only a tiny fraction of men ever master. Once you know them, you'll see the world treat you differently. Most people think confidence is about puffing out your chest or raising your voice, but that's just a performance. Dominance isn't about pretending. It's about being. And when you learn these habits, they won't feel like tricks. They'll become part of who you are. Secret 1. The slow blink of control. Think about the last time you saw someone nervous. Maybe their hands fidgeted or their voice shook. But one of the clearest giveaways is in the eyes. People who are anxious tend to blink quickly. It's the body's way of releasing tension. Now, flip that. When someone blinks slowly, deliberately, it sends a subconscious message. I'm calm. I'm in control. Nothing here rattles me. Picture 2 people in a heated argument. One is blinking rapidly, their voice rising. The other blinks slowly, their face unreadable. Which one feels more powerful? The second, because slow blinking signals absolute composure. It shows that your emotions are steady and unshaken. In practical terms, the next time you're challenged or confronted, let your eyelids fall slowly. It will make the other person question themselves while you remain grounded. Secret 2. The gravity walk. How you move tells a story long before your words do. People who shift their weight constantly or rush through their steps give off an air of insecurity. It almost looks like they're trying to get out of people's way. But those who walk with the weight of gravity on their side feel different. Imagine a lion walking across its territory. Every step is measured, firm, and controlled. That's the energy you want to project. Psychologists studying gait have found that slow, steady, grounded movement is often read as confidence, while hurried movements are linked to nervousness. So, plant your feet firmly when you stand. Take deliberate steps when you walk. Not dragging, not stiff, but heavy in a way that says, I belong here. Secret 3. The 3-second scan. Most people enter a room and start talking right away. They rush to break the silence. But the most dominant people do the opposite. They pause, look around, and observe before speaking. That pause isn't wasted time, it's a statement. When you walk in and take 3 silent seconds to scan the room, you set the tone. You're saying without words, I see everything. I'm not in a hurry. Leaders in politics and business often do this instinctively. They let others adjust to their presence before they even speak. Next time you walk into a meeting or gathering, try it. Take 3 seconds, look around, make brief eye contact with a few people, then start speaking. You'll notice the energy shift in your favor. Secret 4. The power of stillness. One of the most overlooked signals of weakness is constant movement. Adjusting clothes, tapping your fingers, bouncing your leg. These are all signs that your body is restless and uneasy. But stillness, on the other hand, radiates power. Think of a predator waiting in tall grass. It doesn't twitch. It doesn't shuffle. It waits. That waiting creates pressure for everything around it. Humans react the same way. When you hold your ground, people around you feel unsettled, even if they don't know why. And here's the science. Our brains are wired with mirror neurons, which means we unconsciously copy the energy of the people we're with. If you are still, calm, and collected, others will start mirroring that energy. You control the rhythm of the interaction simply by refusing to fidget. Secret 5. The pause. Before words, weak men are quick to answer. They rush to fill silence. But silence, if used well, is one of the strongest tools you can have. Imagine someone asking you a question. Instead of replying instantly, you wait for 2 seconds. Those 2 seconds feel like an eternity to the other person. Suddenly, your words seem heavier, more considered, more valuable. Negotiators use this all the time. By letting silence stretch, they make the other side doubt themselves, often giving away more than they intended. For you, it can be as simple as pausing before you answer a question. Breathe, think, then speak. That pause shifts the power dynamic. It makes you the one in control of the conversation's rhythm. Secret 6. Owning the exit conversations. Don't end by accident. They end when someone decides they're over. Most people wait for permission, but powerful individuals don't. When you're ready to leave a conversation, you don't apologize or linger. Instead, you look slightly away, nod gently, and shift your body as if you're moving on. That's enough to signal that the interaction is finished. This doesn't come off as rude if done smoothly. In fact, it often has the opposite effect. People feel like they've had your time and attention, and now they value it more. You teach others that your presence is something to be respected, not taken for granted. Secret 7. The final gaze. This last one might be the most powerful. After you've left, pause for just a moment and glance back. No smile, no obvious expression, just a calm, unreadable look. That look lingers in people's minds long after you're gone. It makes them wonder what you're thinking, who you are, and why they can't quite figure you out. Psychologists have shown that people don't always remember what you say. They remember how you made them feel. That final gaze leaves an impression of depth, of something untouchable. It plants curiosity, and curiosity is one of the strongest emotions you can inspire in others. These 7 secrets, the slow blink, the grounded walk, the 3-second scan, stillness, the pause, the exit, and the final gaze, may sound small, but together, they create an aura of quiet strength that others can't ignore. Philosophers often spoke of mastery not as conquering others, but as conquering the self. These habits are proof of that. When you control your body, you control the way the world reacts to you. And once you project power without words, people begin to treat you differently, not because you demanded it, but because they feel it. Now you hold the tools that only a small percentage of men ever use. The question is, will you apply them, or will you let them fade? If you found value in this, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you want to continue strengthening both your mind and your presence. Because real power isn't given, it's claimed, and it starts with the way you move.